Good morning. I thought for the Sundays in December, we might have a little church together. A 5-minute church. Maybe the best kind of church, right? You can do this from your couch, your chair, in your pajamas. I am. And I thought we might spend literally 5 minutes on the main, most wonderful ideas of Advent, starting with the first pillar of Advent, which is hope. Advent has come to mean a lot to me as an adult. This sense of anticipation, of waiting, of watching, of being prepared for something that we deeply crave and hope for, but it has not yet materialized. We've lived long enough to know that feeling. And so let's start with this. We're going to just get centered with a little breathing exercise. I learned this in therapy, and I've used it innumerable times since. So it might help just to close your eyes, kind of push everything else out. So we're going to go 4-second increments. So just breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Let's do that one more time. In for 4. Hold. Exhale. Sort of get centered. Let me read this over us. God of hope, who meets us in our waiting and longing, open our hearts to see the quiet work you are doing in us even now. Teach us to be patient in the unknown, trusting that your promises are sure. Let our waiting be filled with trust and anticipation, knowing that our hope is secure in you. Let me read this too. Romans 15:13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. I wonder this morning for just a minute if we can sit quietly and be willing to look and find and see what it is, this quiet work that God is doing even now while you wait. What are you waiting on? Maybe you are waiting for resolution on a relationship. Maybe you are hoping and watching for a solution for a child, or maybe your parents. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's some sort of pain that still has you by the ankle, and you are waiting for relief and for comfort and for peace. Whatever it is that you are waiting for, justice, equity, the list is so long. Would you be willing to sit for a moment and see what God is even doing now? What quiet work is he doing in your heart? What gentle chess piece is he moving around for you? What are you learning? What are you able to experience, not in spite of the waiting, but literally because you are waiting? What are you clinging to? What other sense is becoming acute in the waiting that you are noticing? Who has served you? Where have you found any modicum of peace or joy, love, community? Would you be willing to see the quiet work that God is doing even now, before it's all realized or resolved. I don't love this system, but I have found that my greatest lessons, my absolute greatest seasons of growth are in the dark. It's in the wait. So I'd love to hear what you are seeing as you wait. What quiet work is God accomplishing in the meantime? And I'll read this one more time. Let this be the words that serve you today. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. See you next week.